you could show up fierce, you could show up bold, as bold. And it's not, sometimes people assert, like they put it together that being fierce is like being aggressive. No, you don't have to be aggressive, but you could be fierce and stand in your power. Sure. But we're Black people, we love print, we love African print, kente print, floral print, so there's power in the print, there's power in our prints, our footprints, our handprints. When we all bring them together, we all bring the world together. So even we're separated, yes, by water or by land, but at the same time, look at me talking to you right now, and we're still connected.
All right.
My dream for Unique, our dream for Unique, our goal for Unique would be that we are able to effortlessly provide the scholarships to the students, have in fact have the funding to provide the scholarships to the students. So we welcome donations. As I said, we're a 501(c), so we're able to take donations. And also, if you need the tax deductible receipt, we're able to give that back to you. We're looking for sponsors to help put on the event itself. We have an email address, unikforeducation@gmail.com, and the UNIK is UNIK for education@gmail.com, where we could be reached, and we'll be glad to accept any help that is given to us. The name Unique, oh, sorry.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the name is.
The name Unique, UNIK, is actually derived from uniforms, UNI, and the K is for books.
Wow. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It's another day, and as we always do, we bring amazing guests from all over the world. And today we have somebody who is going to share some beautiful wisdom with us. And today it's going to be amazing because it is slightly different from what we normally do, but because we are just veering towards a day that of international importance, we had to obviously speak to this person, and it's going to be amazing as we introduce her, as we introduce what she does. You guys will get your pens ready, get your pens ready, get your minds in the mood, and it's going to be an interesting conversation. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to introduce Eustecia from UNIK. Eustecia, how are you?
I am good, thank you. Thank you very much. That was a great introduction, by the way.
Yeah, no, we do it. That's what we do. By the way, welcome to Cap City Digital, and thank you so much for
Thank
actually
you.
allowing us the opportunity to speak to you with regards to what is coming up. Because we normally, this is a music channel, and we speak music, and we speak artists, we speak, but when this came, we just thought it would be amazing for. It's a platform for everybody, whether you're in music or wherever you are, Unique for Education is something that's for everyone. So, welcome firstly to Capsule Digital.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here. I know you said it's a different, well, I mean, it's different from what you normally do, but I'm excited to be on here.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, the what I love about what the organization stands for is it's amazing because it's for everyone, media, whether whatever you're doing. This is very important information that everyone needs to share and everyone needs to get into. So thank you so much for honoring the invite. And let's start there. What is unique for education?
So, Unique for Education is actually a non-profit organization. We actually registered in New York State. It's a 501(c), where our mission is to provide a stipend for uniforms and books to students who are underprivileged in the Caribbean island of St. Lucia.
Oh,
The
okay.
name Unique. Oh,
Uh-huh.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. That was my next question. The naming.
The, the name UNIK, UNIK, is actually derived from uniforms, UNI, and the K is for books.
Wow. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Wow, that's actually great to know. Amazing, amazing. Now you have an event that is coming up. Please tell us a little bit more about what is happening with the event.
So, because we're an organization that is, we really push forward education. Our upcoming event, which we are in the month of March, which is International Women's Month, and so we have a event where we celebrate women, and out of that, whatever proceeds that we are able to derive from this, we put it into the scholarship. So it's kind of twofold. So you have the women's event where we give back to our community. We give back to our ladies. We celebrate them. It's an afternoon of inspiration, celebration, and just support for our women. And as a result, whatever proceeds that are gained from this event, it goes into the scholarship to help the underserved students. So basically, you're making an impact with our future generation.
Wow. And this year it marks the seventh annual empowerment event, right? The Women's Empowerment
It
Event.
is our It is going to be our seventh year. We've been making space for our women to grow, to inspire, and to bloom. So we're looking forward to a very exciting afternoon. It's actually going to be on International Women's Day, which is going to be Sunday, March 8th, and it's going to be from 1 to 6. We're going to have some very extraordinary women telling their stories because we are going to go according to the theme. So for the International Women's Day, theme is Give to Gain. We at UNIK, we normally like to do things a little extra.
Hmm.
So we created more to the theme. It's called Floral and Fearless, Threads of Fierceness, Power in Print, where bold women give to gain. So there's going to be storytelling in the room. There's going to be inspiration. There's going to be motivation. And this is going to come from our presenters. We have 8 extraordinary women who are willing to share their stories to uplift the attendees.
Now, the theme is very powerful, is very
Mhm.
powerful. And so, let's actually we're gonna break it down because I believe the context of it in its entirety is very important. So we're gonna break
It's
it
very
down,
powerful.
but yeah, phrase
Mhm.
by phrase. So let's start with floral and fearless. Every
Mhm.
thread tells a story. What does that mean, and what inspired that?
Floral and fearless. We're inviting our women to show up boldly, be themselves. Floral, it's very vibrant, it's very colorful, and we know every friend tells a story. All of us as women, as human beings in general, we have stories and our stories intertwine with each other. Sometimes we don't even realize how much our story impacts another person. And so when you look at the tapestry, it's threads, different threads coming together and creating a very big picture or a very big woven pattern, if you want to call it that way. So this is where that part of the film comes in.
Wow. And you mentioned that together it wolves this thing. And of course, the next one in the theme is threads of fierceness, power in prints. Please, let's dive deeper into that.
Threads of fierceness. You know, you could show up fierce, you could show up bold, as bold, and it's not, sometimes people assert like they put it together that being fierce is like being aggressive. No, you don't have to be aggressive, but you could be fierce and stand in your power. So then that takes in the power in print, and we're trying to touch the prints, like when even like, so I'm from St. Lucia, but we're Black people. We love print, we love African print, kente print, floral prints, so there's power in the prints, there's power in our prints, our footprints, our handprints. When we all bring them together, we all bring the world together. So even we're separated, yes, by water or by land, but at the
Mhm.
same time, look at me talking to you right now, and we're still connected.
All the way. All right. Now, that's very powerful. And let's deal with the last one, which is, of course, where bold women give to gain. You know, uh, please explain on that one.
Bold women give to gain. You know, sometimes we have stories, but we are afraid to share our stories. So it takes somebody who's very bold to stand up. And this is what the Unique Women event is about, is creating awareness.
Hmm.
And it takes a bold woman to stand up and share her story of domestic violence, of assault, of miscarriage, of abortion. And so these are the topics that are considered taboo that we discuss in the room: mental health, self-care, you
Hmm.
know, just all these subjects that sometimes people are afraid to speak about it. But when you bring it up in the room, the
Hmm.
women that stand up, they will inspire somebody. Somebody will hear their story and be able to relate to it. And as a result, you have empowered somebody to also maybe share their own story. And sometimes when we're healed from our stories, we're able to share our story so it could somebody else can be healed from theirs.
Hmm. That's powerful. That's powerful. Now, this is the seventh annual event. You know,
Seven.
what makes this particular one, 2026, what makes it stand out? Yeah, in the whole theme of the other years, this particular one.
I mean, the event has been really taking on a life of its own. It's growing right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's really growing, and I think it's a much needed event. That is why it's growing. It's where we're creating space to celebrate sisterhood. You know, it's more than a movement. It's a twofold, like I said, where you're coming to celebrate yourself, but at the same time, you're doing something meaningful by giving back to your community, because that's what we're doing, because that's UNIK's mission, is to give back to our future generation. So whatever registration fee that you've paid, you come and you celebrate yourself, you get the inspiration in the room, you get the support, you get the encouragement, but at the same time you're investing into the future of our generation.
Wow, that's let's touch a little bit more on that because that I really wanted to know because Unique for Education has done so much, you know, for St. Lucia and students. But
Mhm.
now at this particular event, I wanted to actually find out, as you're speaking about that, how does it play a broader role in the mission of Unique for Education?
And that event, the presenters who are in the room, they are experts in the field. And what they're doing is educating the attendees that are in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, we're educating our community. And
Mm-hmm.
when we educate the women in the room, and we encourage men to come too, because I feel like sometimes we as women, when we talk to our partners, to our friends, sometimes they don't hear it from us. But if they hear it from somebody else, they accept it more willingly. And so as a result, when the ladies or the presenters are passing on the education, because when we're telling our stories, we are educating the person who's listening, because they're seeing it from our side of things. So sometimes you don't have the perspective of somebody else. And so what will happen is we're overflowing into our attendees, and that's going to overflow into our communities. And I feel like if you empower one of these women in the room, they're going to take it into their households,
Yeah.
and then that's how it's going to flow into the communities.
That's a powerful the explanation right there. And when you mentioned that people that are going to be sharing are experts in their relative fields, can
Mhm.
you reveal who will be speaking at the event? Please tell us more about the guests. And this,
Okay, so we have. I'm going to try to give you maybe the careers. So we have like 8 women so far who are willing, and they give up their time because they're not charging us for their services. There's one lady who used to be an ex basketball coach. Now her son is in the NBA. Terrence Munn, and actually they're going to be a sponsor. And Terrence Munn, he's a up and coming basketball player of the Brooklyn Nets. And
oh,
so his mom, is the CEO of his foundation, and
Wow.
she's going to be one of our speakers.
Wow. Wow. Brooklyn Net.
We also have another young lady who is a speech pathologist,
Mm-hmm.
and she's going to intertwine her story in how she became a speech pathologist, where language, again, we're talking about education, and she's going to talk to the attendees about how she followed that path, basically. We have a young lady who's an accountant, and we're talking about numbers, finance. So we try to touch different aspects of
Yeah.
the a holistic person, basically.
That's powerful. That's actually powerful. You know,
There's a young lady oh, sorry. There's
yeah.
a young lady who's a mental health counselor.
Mhm.
And so we're not living out our mental health. And so she's going to talk to the attendees about, mental health and how it's important in our community. Because that's one of the subjects that are considered taboo. And so she's going to bring her experts. And these women, this is what they do for their everyday living. This is their career, and they're taking off their time in that afternoon to share with the women, educate our women, because sometimes we're just trying to create awareness and empowerment in
Mhm.
the room.
Wow. And as a first time, a first time person who's just coming into the event, walking in, how would you like them to feel? How would you like them to walk out feeling? Um, can you let us know about that one?
I would definitely I want it to be a very positive um experience for anybody who comes into the room. We would love for them to live empowered, feeling like they could go out into the community and maybe next year come up to me and be like, hey, can I be a presenter? That you're so inspired that you want to be a presenter and be able to share your story. So then we can continue to pass on the healing, because we need healing in our community. And like I said, sometimes a lot of us, we deal with things uh, in our own selves, not realizing that as humans, we all experience sometimes the same thing. Only when you speak out about it, then you realize, oh, I could relate to this. Oh, I could relate to that. And so the relatability of experiences or shared experiences. So in as much as we're different, but we have a lot of shared experiences. So I want you to live inspired, not afraid, healed, be able to tell your story in a way that you're not ashamed of it, but in order to empower somebody else.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. After that, if all over from this side, I really do feel empowered. And, from that, I can tell the event's going to be very good. Now, the community of Brooklyn, how
Mhm.
there's a lot of culture, and there's a lot of that you can take from the community of Brooklyn, and the event is in Brooklyn. How does that atmosphere play into the event as well?
Brooklyn is a very vibrant. We're talking about fearless, bold, vibrant, power. And I feel Brooklyn is a very vibrant community where you have a melting pot of different cultures. And so I see a lot of different faces in the room, but yet still our stories sometimes are the same.
Mm, true.
Our stories are the same. So I see a lot of, different faces from different cultures, different backgrounds, but we can all come together to be able to inspire and make a difference. Again, we're talking about our future generation. Remember, the goal here is to provide
Mm,
stipends, scholarship monies to our future generation.
yeah.
And so I feel, just thinking of Brooklyn's landscape, I think UNIK is doing a very good thing where, as someone, me, who once benefited from support and contribution, it's important for us to give back into our community. And the women's event is giving back into the Brooklyn community. However, we're also um, taking care of the outside, which is international, which is the students in St. Lucia. So it's connected in that sense.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
How how can the community, as we are speaking about Brooklyn and the world, because now we are worldwide, how can people help? You know, how can they get involved with the movement and what Unique for Education is doing? You know, how can they? You mentioned that some people are giving their time in terms of speaking, some people are doing
Mhm.
this, but then in the broader sense, how can the world, how can the community, the diaspora, how can you know they get involved in this?
I say that all the time to everybody I speak with. My dream for UNIK, our dream for UNIK, our goal for UNIK would be that we are able to effortlessly provide the scholarships to the students. Have in fact have the funding to provide the scholarships to the students. So we welcome donations. As I said, we're a 501 free C. So we're able to take donations. And also, if you need the tax deductible receipt, we're able to give that back to you. Yeah, if we're looking for sponsors to help put on the event itself, because there are expenses and overhead costs that needs to be met in creating such a space. So we love to have media, entertainment, music, food, whilst we're doing all of this. So Unique has platforms like Zelle and Cash App and PayPal. We have an email address, unique for education at gmail.com. And the unique is UNIK for education at gmail.com, where we could be reached, and we'll be glad to accept any help that is given to us.
Beautiful, beautiful. And just please mention, because you know I want to put them down on the screen as well. What are your social media platforms? And please mention again that email address.
Okay, so we can be found. We actually just opened our Instagram after all these years. So we could be found on Instagram, Unique, UNIK for education. We are also on Facebook at the same name, Unique for education. And our Gmail address is unique, UNIKFOREDUCATION at gmail.com. Unique for education at gmail.com.
There we go. There we go. March 8th, International Women's Day. Everyone is really into you know the International Women's Day. We are celebrating it. Everyone across the world. It is an international.
International.
So we are celebrating it, and you know, we just hope that you know a few people who will see this can help here and there, and you know, sponsors will come in and chime in as well. Just one last thing from my
Mhm.
end. I just need to find out, you know, just as the theme, you know, floral and fearless, you know, what does it
Mhm.
mean to you personally?
What does it mean to me personally? um, Floral and fearless. You know, I'll be honest with you. Unique has pushed me outside of my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, that is where my floral and fearless. And fearless in the fact that me sitting speaking to you today, normally that would not have been something that I would have done. However, when I got the information and the details, I didn't hesitate to do it, because again, it's growing me outside, like it's pushing me outside of the box to do things that I would not have normally done. So here I am being fearless and accepting the challenge and saying, yes, I'm going to do this. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful, beautifully said. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much for actually starting Unique for Education, because what it does is really something that you know we need more organizations to do this. We need more people to chime in. We need more people to sponsor initiatives like this. So thank you so much for actually being floral and fearless. You know, thank you so much on that space. But then just one last thing, because you know this is a music faced
Right.
I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
please ask you for what is that one song that would best describe you, would best describe Unique for Education, if there is a song, from the top of your head, what is
From the top
that
of my
inspired?
head. From the top of my head, I can't actually remember the name of the song, but Alicia Keys has a song that we use sometimes in our film when we promote in UNIK. What's the name of the song again? It's
A lot of songs.
um she has a song that we used that in our film last year, I think.
Hmm.
Oh my God, I wish I could tell you off the top of my head right now.
Is it This Day on
I am
Fire?
more of a gospel girl.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Gospel is nice. What is that one song? What is that one song? That inspires everyone.
uh
I mean, Alicia
you
Keys
know,
is good, but when you step into gospel, we're talking about another level now, you know?
oh my God. Now you put me on the spot now. My brains is like, what is the song that I listen to? And I listen to them every morning. Could you imagine this?
Uh,
Let me see. Um, there's a song, Jehovah Jireh, my provider,
hmm,
that I love very well. And in there it says that he's never going to leave you, he's never going to forsake you.
okay.
He is going to uphold you with his righteous right hand. And God has asked us to look out for our neighbors, for our friends and family. And I think that's what UNIK is doing.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. See, that's how we start, that's how we end. We ended with a word.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for
You're welcome.
and much blessings. And we will do what we can to assist in this and spreading this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I'm truly appreciative for the opportunity to speak with you. Like I said, this is not something that I would do, so it pushes me outside of my comfort zone, but I'm happy to do it. So thank you for the opportunity. We are so grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a lovely day.
You too. Bye bye.
All right. Bye.